Welcome to Session 4. In the last session, you learned that your response to stressful situations comes from your thoughts and beliefs. The important thing to remember is that negative thoughts and beliefs, regardless of what they are or where they come from, trigger a below-the-line response on the responsibility model. To change your response, it's important that you change your thinking. My hope is that you're using the ABCDE thinking model to help change your negative, disempowering thoughts into empowering ones. Today, in our final session, we're going to discuss the third characteristic of resilient individuals, which is creating meaningful connections. This means seeking and maintaining relationships that add value to your life. What makes a relationship valuable? Most people tell me, I can relax around the other person and be who I really am. I feel loved and affirmed. We grow together and we have fun. Let me give a few examples to illustrate the importance of creating meaningful connections in your life. What you see on the screen right now are the main risk factors for heart disease, the #1 killer in the country. Smoking is typically considered the most important risk factor, with a relative risk of 2.5. That means that people who smoke are about 2.5 times more likely to develop heart disease than people that don't smoke. People with a total cholesterol above 240 are about 2.4 times more likely to develop heart disease than those under 240. The reason I'm sharing this information with you has to do with the risk factor at the bottom of the chart, social isolation. Social isolation means not having meaningful connections in your life, not having a strong social support system. Simply put, it's lacking the ability to give love and receive love. Some of us have a hard time showing others how much we care about them. Others are conditioned to give love, but aren't so good on the receiving end. These individuals have a hole in their bucket. People pour love in and it leaks right out the bottom. The important point is, if you look at the relative risk of social isolation, it's larger than all the other risk factors. In fact, Dean Ornish, the cardiologist I mentioned in Session 1, wrote a book titled The Scientific Basis for the Healing Power of Love and Intimacy, in which he says, I am not aware of any other factor in medicine, not diet, not smoking, not exercise, not stress, not genetics, not drugs, not surgery, that has a greater impact on our quality of life, incidence of illness, and premature death from all causes than the healing power of love and intimacy. Dr. Ornish has done a lot of research in the area of reversing heart disease. His intervention focuses on 3 things. He puts people on a low-fat diet, gets them to be physically active, and helps increase their social support system through group therapy. The popular press hasn't given as much attention to the much-needed social support component compared to the current focus on diet and exercise. Of the 3 components, social connection is the hardest to measure. If you came to UT, we could measure your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your body fat, even see if you'd been smoking, all very accurately. But it would be more difficult to assess your social connection. Now, if I had a soul meter and could hook you up, it would be easy, and I'd love it, but we don't. It's also harder to prescribe an intervention to enhance social connection that the public can easily implement and understand, as compared to diet and exercise interventions. As a society, it's common for individuals to be going to Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, or trying the latest low-carb diet. We also join YMCAs and other exercise facilities to help increase our level of physical activity and fitness. Yet when it comes to increasing our meaningful social connections, it's hard to measure the effects of your interpersonal work, much less talk openly about such interventions. Nonetheless, let me give an example to illustrate the importance of social connection. Take a look at these 2 babies. They are twins, born prematurely. The one on the left was dying, and the nurse, against hospital rules, put them in the same incubator. When she put the right arm of the healthy baby across the other, the sick baby's heart rate stabilized and its body temperature normalized. That's the power of a meaningful social connection. You see, who you are is energy. I demonstrate this at my seminars using a tiny ball, which has 2 magnets on it. one on each side of the ball. As you know, we all have electrical energy moving through our body. And if I put one finger on each magnet, the ball lights up using my energy. Just like with the little ball, when we connect to other people, there's a transfer of energy. Powerful people know this and create meaningful connections with people who provide them with the life energy they need. They also know the importance of connecting with themselves, of tapping into that energy of their inner selves. In fact, in creating meaningful connections, who do you think you need to connect with first? Yourself. The airline industry knows this. That's why they tell us to put the oxygen mask on ourselves first and then our children. Once you have a good connection with yourself, it's much easier to connect with others. No man is an island. We can't live alone. We need other people to be happy and successful. In a minute, we'll take a short break. During the break, I'd like you to take a sheet of paper and draw a small circle in the middle of the page. Then write your name in the middle and draw 4 circles around it like you see on the screen. After you do that, write the names of the people you see on a daily basis within the circle closest to you. People you see on a weekly basis, write all their names on the next circle. People you see monthly, put their names on the next circle. And people you see infrequently, put their names on the next circle, further and further out. When you finish, put a plus sign beside everybody that feels good in your life, that helps the bulb light up, so to speak, and put a negative or minus sign by everybody in your life that makes the bulb go out.